बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम।
शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से जो रहमान और रहीम है।
इक़रा बिस्मि रब्बिकल्लज़ी खलक़।
पढ़ो ए नबी अपने रब के नाम के साथ जिसने पैदा किया।
खलक़ल इंसान मिन अलक़।
जमे हुए खून के एक लोथड़े से इंसान की तख्लीक की।
इक़रा व रब्बुकल अकरम।
पढ़ो और तुम्हारा रब बड़ा करीम है।
अल्लज़ी अल्लम बिल क़लम।
जिसने कलम के जरिए से इल्म सिखाया।
अल्लमल इंसान मा लम यअलम।
इंसान को वो इल्म दिया जिसे वो न जानता था।
The name of Allah, who is the most beneficent, the most merciful. As students, you know very well all about that. The first semester midterm, as we have completed, all of the videos been completed, and you have been given all about the content. According to the content, the videos were prepared and has been delivered through our YouTube channel as well. So today we are going to go through the revision, the review of all about the stuff that we have done in our semester. I mean this midterm, first term, midterm semester. Okay, so here we are having the grammar. The thing that you have to understand about that, there are three things that we have gone through in E3 or English language text 3 or for class 8. One, it is grammar. And grammar that we have done, it is all about the Wren and Martin, the book, you know very well about this. This is the book that we went through, the units as I have mentioned on the board as well. And along with grammar, we went through the tenses. Three tenses are there: present simple, past simple, future simple. Not only the active ones, along with passive voice. I mean, two ways of tenses we have learned, the active ones and the passive ones as well, that we will be discussing further. As far as the conversational English is concerned, I mean the spoken English, we have got the book, you know very well about this book. It is Channel Your English. So we have gone through in this first semester this book. The name, you know very well about this. You have got this book, Channel Your English, or the Channel book. In this Channel book we went through the unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4. So we will discuss further all about that. Let's start with the grammar topics. What the grammar topics that we did, we completed in our video classes. So here we are having unit number 2. You can see as well in your book, okay, Wren and Martin, and you will find easily. If you will go through the the index, you will find it easily over there. At page number 19 you will find it. At page number 19 when you go through, you will find this is all about the topic noun. Okay, so the noun that we have done, it is all about the definitions of noun that we did, and the kinds of noun as well. As you know very well about this, that in class 7 we already learned all about the grammar, the topics related to noun as well. But we revised in this first week of this first midterm semester. Okay, so what is noun? Everybody knows about that. What is noun? But again, we revised it to to understand it properly. So, what is noun? You know very well about that. The name of anything, place, person, animal, whatever it is, called noun. And then we went through the kinds of noun, like for example, you know very well about that, proper noun. What is proper noun? So proper noun is name of any particular thing, specific thing, called noun. So this is all about that we done in that. As you know, like for example, Karachi is the name of a city. So a specific name. There is no name in the world except this city, Karachi. Karachi is the only name in the world, the name of Pakistani city, Karachi. So that's why it is called proper noun. In the same manner, like country, Pakistan. Pakistan is particular name. So that's why like there is no country like Pakistan, the name Pakistan. So any particular name is called proper noun. One more thing you have to understand, all the proper nouns are written with capital, first word of that comes capital and the other words come in a small way. So always keep this in your mind, the proper noun starts with the capital word. Okay. After proper noun, we talk about common nouns. Common nouns, name of anything that is commonly, name of the things. Like for example, I give the example of city. City is common noun. But if I give the name to the city, that is called proper noun, as Karachi, but city is common. In the same manner, if I talk about mango. Mango is the name of the fruit, but it is not particular name, just category of mango, like name. But if I put the specific name like Chausa, this is the particular name, so that is called proper noun. But in common way, I will call it just mango. In the same manner, the vegetables. Okay, but if there is any specific name of vegetable, like for example, if I talk about greens means all kind of vegetable. Okay, so this is all about the common noun. But in the same manner, like for example, if I have the book. Okay, book means a book, but if I give the name to the book, like Rain and Martin, okay, so it means it is particular name. So this is the difference between particular or the common noun. So these are very important things to understand as we delivered all about the information and examples related to that about common or proper noun. After that, collective noun. As we talked about, what is collective noun? Collective noun means a noun that represents the whole, the group or something like that. So this is very much important to understand in that way. Like for example, army. Army is collective noun that is used for group of soldiers. So keep this thing in your mind. The group word is called what? Collective noun. Okay. In the same manner, team, like Pakistani cricket team. So cricket team means a team is having 11 players in it. So it means it is representing the whole 11 players as one single team, means 11 players are there. So that's why it is collective noun. After collective noun, we went through one of the examples of the kinds of noun. It is abstract noun. What is abstract noun? You know very well about that. Something that we cannot touch, we cannot feel, but we use the specific noun or the noun for that. It is called abstract noun. The example I want to give you in that way, like for example, honesty. We cannot touch honesty, we cannot see honesty, something, but we can understand honesty. Okay, so this is the word that we use as abstract noun. Okay, like wisdom. Wisdom is a kind of quality, but we cannot touch it, we cannot feel it, but we can understand it. So any word that cannot be touched, that cannot be felt, but we have the word for that. So that is called what? It is abstract noun. And after abstract noun, the two very important kinds of nouns as we discussed in our week number 1 is first is countable noun and second is uncountable noun. So you know very well about that countable noun or uncountable noun. Any noun that can be counted is called countable noun, or the noun that cannot be counted, it is called uncountable noun. I'm just giving an example. Like the words water we cannot count. Like if the water is in the glass, so we can say, if I ask the question, how much water is there in the glass or in a glass? So nobody will be saying there are 2 waters or there are 3 waters or there is 1 water. It's not like that, because it cannot be counted. So what is going to be the answer? Answer is that there is much water, a little water, something like that. So any word that cannot be counted, it is called uncountable noun. Or the noun that can be counted, like the book. I have 1 book, 2 books, 3 books, 5 books, whatever. So it can be counted. Like car, we can count it, like 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars. School, 1 school, 2 school, 3 schools. Student, 25 students. There are 40 students, 38 students, 20 students in a class. So that's called countable noun. So these are the things that we went through in week number 1 regarding the nouns. After the nouns, we went through the other week. In the next week, week number 2, or we talked about pronouns. In week number 2, pronouns were there. What exactly the pronoun? The very easy, the definition for that. Any word that is used in place of a noun, but that represents noun, it's called pronoun. I'm just giving an example. Salman goes to market. Okay, so I have the word Salman, but when I want to replace the word Salman with he, so he becomes pronoun. So pronoun of Salman is he. Like he goes to market. Salman goes to the market, or he goes to the market. The word he is representing Salman, so it becomes pronoun. In the same manner, like for girls, like for example, Sarah comes school on time. So I am using the word Sarah. But when I do not use the word Sarah, but in place of Sarah, I use different word. I mean that represents Sarah. So it is going to be like she. She goes to school on time. So this is the way the pronouns are there. Okay. In the same manner, we talked about the kinds of pronouns, like subjective pronouns, okay, possessive pronouns, or objective pronouns. In the same manner, reflexive pronouns or emphatic pronouns, something like that. We talked about this. So what are subjective pronouns? Like he, she, it, I, we, they are called what? Subjective pronouns. Okay, like I or we, if I categorize more in that way. So I, we becomes first person. He, she, it, or they, it becomes what? Third person. Okay. In the same manner, you become second person. So person wise we can also categorize in it. Okay. The second way of this is possessive pronoun. What is possessive? Like for first person I, it becomes my in possessive way. In the same manner, we becomes our or our. When we talk about the third person, in third person we are having he. For he is his. Okay. For she, it becomes her. For it, it becomes its. For they, it becomes their. And in the same manner, for you, the second person, it becomes your. Then we talk about what possessive or objective pronouns. So in objective way, what we are talking about, objective like I. The second is possessive, my, and then third, me. Okay, the possessive form of I is me. In the same manner, we, subjective, and then possessive what? Are, and then objective what is us. In the same manner, he, she, or, for he, his, and then him. For she, her, hers. Then what happens with it, and then its, then it again. For you, we can say like you, your, and then you in objective way. Okay. For they, their, them in objective. Or possessive is their. Okay. So this is the way it goes. Like we talked about reflexive pronouns. So for I, it becomes myself. For we, becomes ourselves. Okay, the word self or self we put in the end. For it we put itself. For he we put himself. For she we put herself. Or for you we have two, like yourself for single, yourselves for more than one. In the same manner, they, and then it becomes themselves. So this is the way it goes in reflexive. And then we talked about emphatic pronouns. Emphatic pronouns what? When we force something. Emphatic pronouns are the same as in reflexive way, like myself. But what happens in emphatic pronouns, our way of, our tone as we talk, it changes. It forces while talking. Like for example, I do all my work by myself. I myself do the work, so I am forcing. So when I use the force in that way, so I use emphatic. Like she cooks herself. So herself means she's forcing. So force means what? I mean emphasize or emphatic pronoun. So this is all about that we did in week number 2. Okay. And then we talk about article or definition of articles. You know very well about that, and as it is mentioned over, definite or indefinite articles. Okay, you know very well about this. The is definite article, and then indefinite articles a or n. And I told you about that, where to use the or where to use a or n. Okay. The is used in different ways, but the main use of the is it is used for specification or for particular things, to mention the particular thing or something like. So definite article the is used for specification. Like for example, what happens while talking about something, when we specify something or we mention something is specific for us. So we use the word the over there. Like for example, Salman is learning in class 8. He is very nice student. He's genius. The student gets first position. The student always gets the first position in the class. Okay. Now I use the word the 2 times. First, the student. So the student means I'm talking about whom? I'm specifying Salman. I'm talking about, first I mentioned and then I did not use the name, but I used the student. So the student means Salman. First I mentioned class 8, now I say in the class. It means I'm talking about class 8. So I am specifying, the used words. Class 8, I specified like the class, or Salman I specified with the student. Okay, so this is the way as it is used for specification. And one more thing that I told you, the word the is used with holy books. Like for example, when we talk about the holy book of Muslims, Quran-e-Pak, the Holy Quran, the word the we use with this. In the same manner, the Holy Bible or something like that, we use the word with that. In the same manner, the is used with universal objects. I'm talking about the Mars, okay, the moon, the sun, the earth. So the word the Pluto, the universal objects, with universal objects we are using the word the. And one more thing, with the names of rivers, oceans, I told you it is used as well. Like the Caspian Sea, okay, the Atlantic Ocean, the Arabian Sea, the Indian Ocean. So the is the word we use. Like we have in Pakistan the largest river, that is called the Indus River, the Chenab River, the Ravi River. So with the names of river we use it the. And one more thing that I told you about the word da we use with names of mountains or series of mountains. We have very amazing series of mountains at northern areas, in northern areas of Pakistan, like the Himalaya, the Hindu Kush. So you know, the word da we use with the names. So like in Europe there is the mountain series that is called Alp. So it is called the Alp. So word the we use along with them. And then I talked about our and. As you know very well about this, for this thing of to understand an or the, so you have to understand, two things about vowels or consonants. Okay, so any word that gives the sound of vowel, okay, so we use and with that. Okay, an or a represent the single thing. Keep this thing in your mind. But with which single thing we use an or which single thing we use a. So for this purpose you have to understand vowels. Okay, like you know very well about this what are vowels? A, E, I, O, U. There are 5 words called vowels. Except all these words, all these 5 words, all the words are called what? Yes, consonants. Okay, so the vowel words are when any word that gives a vowel sound, so along that starts with the vowel sound, any word that starts with the vowel sound, so before that word we always put an to single out the word. What we use? An. Like for example, you have to understand here the example. Like for example, honest. Honest, the word starts with what? It starts with consonant, but the sound is not consonant. Sound is what? It is vowel, like a sound, like honest, but it starts with H, but it is giving a sound. So any word that gives the sound of what? Vowel. So we use an. So he is an honest man. In the same manner, Imran is an MA in English. So the word am when we sound am, so the word is am, but it starts with vowel sound. So that's why we will say Imran is an MA in English. So this is the way that it goes. For the words which always they start with vowels, like for example apple, it starts with vowel and it gives the vowel sound as well. So it is an apple. Orange, it is an orange, stuff like that. So we use an with it. In the same manner as we are talking about for to single out any of the word, we use a as well. But all a is used with consonants or the words which give consonant sounds. Okay, we know very well about this, like book. Simple. There is no vowel sound in the start of this word, like book, so a book. TV, so that's simple, a TV, a television. Okay, school, so a school. Okay, school, it starts with S sound, not A sound. Okay, school. Okay, that's why we are using a school. Okay, so any word that starts with consonant sound or consonant, so it is called so it is followed by a, I mean a school. So some people say the word we write in Urdu like with alif, or like school, or we say that it starts with I sound or something, it is consonant. It's not starting with I sound, it starts with S sound. So school. So that's why it is not vowel sound, it is consonant sound. That's why we are using a with this. So this is all about the difference that we did in our first semester learning. And then we talked about, after articles, the very important topic, it was verbs. Okay, so there was the misconcept regarding verbs, as I cleared the misconcept. When the question is asked to the students, what is verb, they reply an action is called verb. This is not the complete definition, you know very well about this. The complete definition is that a statement, possession and action called verb. I'm just giving the example. What is statement? Like, is MR, was were, it is also verb but not action verb, but they are also used as helping verb, you know very well, in sentences, but these are called state verbs, not action verbs. So it means state verbs are also the part of verb. In the same manner, possession means what? Possession means, like, for example, have, has, had. I have a pen. There is no action in this sentence, but it is showing possession or authority or something like that. So any word that shows possession, I mean, it is not showing action. So it means have, has or had, they use for possession. So it means possession is also the part of verb. And then talk about action, like do, he does work, he goes to school. Okay, I complete my work, so I'm showing the action in that. Complete means get it done. So any word that shows action, it is also the part of verb. In your Red Modern, you will find the forms of the verbs as well, like first form or second form or the third form of the verb. Like, for example, do, did, done, go, went, gone, stuff like that. This is all about the categories of action verbs. Okay, and in the same manner, further we talked about what we talked about transitive and transitive verb. These things are very much important. I mean the transitive and transitive verb, because in exam it becomes tricky sometimes to find out how to find transitive and transitive verb. Okay, the simple definition is that the words that we can use in passive voice, the verbs that we can use in passive voice called transitive verbs, or the verbs that we cannot use in passive voice called intransitive verbs. Simple. Okay, and the other definition, if you can also understand with this statement, like any verb that takes an object called what? Transitive verbs, or any verb that does not take or does not need any object called intransitive verbs. Like he goes to school, there is no object, or he goes, it is a complete sentence. Okay, but if I use he purchased, so the word comes in our mind, what? But he goes, so what does not come? What comes where, when the WH questions are coming in our mind, but what is not coming? So when the simple formula is that to understand intransitive or transitive verb, to understand it with word what. Okay, like purchase, he purchases what? It means the word what is coming, it means it is transitive verb, it needs object. So what means object? It is talking about object. In the same manner, cook, mom is cooking what? So the word what is coming, it means it is transitive verb. Okay, he drives what? He drives a car, car comes, and then the sentence is completed. So what means he drives what means we need object, so it is transitive verb. In the same manner, he swims, so means that we don't need any object. He swims in swimming pool, so we are giving the complement, we are putting complement, not the object. Okay, like he comes means he comes to school, so it is not object to school, it is direction or it is complement, it is ending. It does not, like when he comes, so think about it, what the word is coming in your mind, what is not coming? He comes where? He comes when, but what is not coming. So with the word what we can understand, it is transitive verb or intransitive verb. So this is the thing that you have to understand all about this, and then you can easily go through your papers and you will find what is object. When the word comes in your mind, it means it needs object. When the word does not come in your mind, it means it is not, it does not need object. Okay, so this is the way that you can understand easily all about the verbs. Okay, this is the revision, as you can go back and try to understand through your content if you are missing something, or you can just go through the videos like video number 1, 2, 3, 4. You will find all about the stuff related to the grammar stuff. And if any problem that comes, so you can go through your book as well, or the content, the solution been given to you as well. You will find all about the answers there. So it is not a big deal. Or if again any problem comes, so it's not a big deal. You can just one more thing you can do. You will find the definitions on internet. You can Google it. You will find a lot of information there. So these days in modern society, it is not a big deal, to understand anything, and you can sharpen yourself and you can do the best. Okay, the next topic, the revision topic that we have to understand, it is very important, the tenses. Okay, so in first semester midterm, we went through what? 3 tenses. Okay, first talk about tenses. Tense. Okay, 3 tenses we did. I have to mention the 3 tense that we did. First is present, second is past, third is future. Okay, and one more thing, active plus passive. So we did active sentences or tenses plus passive tenses. Okay, present simple, past simple, or future simple. Okay, this is the thing that you have to keep in your mind. We learnt in this semester only simple. Okay, the simple tense we did. Simple tense in present, simple tense in past, simple tense in future. So we can say present simple, past simple, or future simple, plus active and passive. Okay, we learned present simple in active way plus passive way. We learned past simple in active way plus passive way. We learned future simple plus active plus passive. And one more thing you have to understand, we converted active to passive in all about 3 tenses, like present simple into passive voice, how to convert. We understood, we learned all about that. Now here you have to understand the definition. I am just giving the revision of a little of this. Like present simple, for what we use present simple? There are 4 things we use present simple for. Okay, number 1, it is routine. Number 2, it is habit. Number 3, hobbies. Number 4, facts. There are 4 things we use for. We use the tense present simple. Okay, like you can tell your routine in that way. Okay, I go to school, I take my breakfast at 7 o'clock, or I take my lunch at 2 o'clock, 2:30 o'clock, or something like that. So you talk about your routine. Okay, I perform namaz at 5:30 of the Fajr prayer or something, whatever. So you can talk about your routines, your hobbies, your like hobbies, like for example, I do stitching, I make flowers or something like that. It is all about your hobby. Okay, habits, like for example, somebody is having bad habit, like the habit, he smokes cigarette So this is the habit as well. Okay. In the same manner, if somebody, knuckles like this, knuckles. So this is also the habit. So he knuckles a lot, always in a class, and it irritates everybody. So this is all about that. So the tense, like for example, he purchases, dresses every day or every week from the market. He purchases dresses every week from the market. This is the active one. So we talked about the passive one. What is the passive? So always object comes first in passive, and in active always subject comes in passive. When subject is important, we use active voice. When object is important, we use passive voice. Okay. Like for example, he purchases dress every week, for example. So what we are doing, we are putting first the object. What is object? He purchases dresses. So dress is object. So object comes first in passive voice. Dresses. So dresses is singular noun, plural noun. You know very well. It is dresses. Dresses means plural noun. So with plural noun we use are. Okay. So dresses are. Then we will put third form of the verb. Dresses are purchased. Okay. Every week you can put complement like this. Dresses are purchased every week by him. So when we are putting the word, we are putting the subject. So always keep in your mind, subject comes after by in passive voice. So dresses are purchased every week by him, or we can say dresses are purchased by him every week as well. But mostly we use subject in the end. So what we do, we put the complement first, like dresses are purchased every week by him. So this is the way that we did, and if you go through the videos, you will find all about the conversion active to passive in that way. We learned past simple. Okay, what is past simple? As I told you, when an action is finished in past and it has no connection with present, so it is called past simple. Past simple we use in past simple we use a definite time, like yesterday, like 7 o'clock, like Monday, like last year, or something like that. So definite time is the time that does not connect with present. Okay, like for example, he went to school, okay, and he took admission in the university, something like that. So he took admission in the university last year. So we put the word last year definite time. So he took admission in the university last year. So what we are doing here, we are converting active into passive. He took admission in the university last year. So what we are to do here, put in passive. We have to put it into passive voice. So we will need what? Object. So object comes first. Take admission. So what we are talking about? Object. Okay. So admission is object here. So what we are doing, we are putting the word object, admission first. So admission. So word admission is there. So we know admission, the word is singular noun. Singular noun, with singular noun in past simple we use was. With plural noun we use were. So admission was, and what is the verb that is used in active? That is took. So third form of the took of the word took is taken. So admission was taken. So admission was taken in the university. It means what we did, the same thing. We put the object first. Admission. Admission is a singular noun, so we are putting was with it. So admission was, or the third form of taken, admission was taken in the university, and we are to put, subject. So always keep in your mind, after putting by, we put subject. So what is subject? Subject is he. So what is objective form of this pronoun? Definitely we are having objective form. It is him. Okay, the objective form of he is him. So admission was taken in the university by him, we are putting. And one more thing I have to mention here, and this is the thing that you have to keep in your mind. If I use the word Salman took admission in the university, okay, the word Salman is there. So what we are going to do in passive voice, we don't use like for example, mostly what we do, we don't use the noun in that way. Mostly we prefer the pronouns. Like for example, we can say like Salman took admission in the university. So when I convert into passive, so what I will be doing, I will be doing it, admission was taken in the university by Salman. Okay, so we are not using here pronoun. Why? Because we use the subject. What is the subject? Subject is Salman. So don't think that if you are using passive voice, so you have to change the word Salman into the pronoun form. You don't need to be doing. You have to put the subject as it is. I mean, the word Salman is there, so you have to put the word Salman there as well. Okay. Future simple. What is future simple? We use for two things future simple, as I told. First is prediction, like weather prediction, whether any of the predictions or something like that, or intention. Like for example, you intend to go for Umrah along with your parents, so intention you are showing, the future plans or something. So we use future plans, intention or prediction in future simple. So like for example, I will teach English. So this is what it is, active sentence. I will teach English. So when I will convert this active sentence into passive, so what I need, the same object I need first. So English is the word, and after object English word, what I will be doing, will be. Okay, always keep in your mind passive voice in simple future we use will be. So English will be teach. The third form of teach is taught. English will be taught by me. I will teach English. English will be taught by me. When I need to put subject, so I must put by, and then I will put subject. So I teach English, so English will be taught by me. Simple way. So this is all about the stuff that we did in tenses, and keep this thing in mind. These tenses are very much important. Okay, in your exams, or especially the passive voice, active as well. Okay, one more thing you have to understand regarding the rules used in present simple. The rules of IES, we have to put IES, we have to put ES, we have to put S. These rules also come in your exams, and that becomes very much tricky sometimes for the students. So go through that. We have to put IES if a verb ends on Y and there is a consonant before Y. So we leave out, we finish Y and put IES. This is the thing. Okay, and then for where to put ES. So the formula, the rule is very simple. I told you, if a verb ends on CH, SH, SS, O, X, or Z or Z or something, so we put ES with that. Okay, so always keep this thing in mind. Maybe it is going to be tricky in your exams, and you are having some problems, so don't be worried about that. Just go through the rules, and we have to put as very simple. When rule number 1, I mean IES rule, and rule number 2, I mean ES rule fails. So what failed? So what we do, we will put s in the end of that verb, and the changes take place with he, she, it, or singular noun like Salman, Kamran, Sara, whatever. Okay, this is the thing that you have to keep regarding present simple. Now we are talking about conversational English, that is, channel. Channel English, I mean the book channel you are having. Okay, this is all about related to the channel. In this English, what we learned. Okay, we talked about presentations, we talked about discussions, we talked about expressions, we talked about phrases, we talked about spoken sentences and expressions. The thing that we learned in that, I mean all about the spoken English, I mean conversational English, how to be conversant with someone in English. This is the purpose of this book. And about this, I have to show you the units. You can see unit number 1, unit number 2, unit number 3, unit number 4. Okay, these are the units we studied in this book. Okay, keep this thing in your mind. In every unit we went through lesson number 1, lesson number 2. So lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 1, lesson 2, stuff like that we did. Okay, so we went through this and we tried to understand all about the phrases, expressions and the words used by native speakers, I mean the English speakers, and in their conversational English. Okay, so this is important that you have to understand, as it is going to be the part of your oral exams as well. Okay, and I told you how to give the presentation as well. It is all about the stuff. So let's go through the book and I have to show you what the discussion that we did. Okay, window on the world. Window on the world, the first unit of first unit and the lesson 1. Okay, there in this unit, first unit, lesson number 1, there is a discussion between two guys. One is Fabricio, other is Shane. So what Fabricio, Shane are talking, and then I gave you some phrases related to that. So you have to go through that. Okay, and you have to understand, you have to revise them properly so you can easily find. Okay, and I told you how to read it, the way of reading I told you. Okay, and the fluency that you have to need, you really need to improve your English. It is the stuff that I gave. And in your first week I also told you how to greet, because this is going to be maybe the part of your oral exams as well. Like for example, when you are meeting someone, how you are going to talk. You are going to start greeting to your partner or to someone else. Like for example, I told you the ways of greeting, like how are you, related to this unit. How are you, and what's up, what's going on, okay, and how are the things, something like that. And the answer I told you, I'm cool, I'm good, all set, not bad, stuff like that I told. So practice it, because maybe it is going to be the part of your oral exam. One of the partners comes and you start talking to your partner, like for example, hi Javed, how are you? And Javed replies, I'm fine, thank you. And what about you? I'm also fine, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, as I told you. So keep this thing, because this greeting way is also given in your unit number 1. This is very much important. So practice the greeting, as it is the part of unit number 1, lesson number 1. And then in the same lesson, do's and don'ts in abroad. Okay, do's and don'ts in abroad. In this, in this lesson, talk about Brazil, we talk about Netherlands, we talk about South Korea, Arab countries. Okay, so you need to know what are the specific things while going in these countries, especially in Netherlands. Okay, so some people call it Holland. So it is written in this lesson number 2. Don't say Holland. Holland is the region of Netherlands. It is not the country. Okay, like one of the provinces like that. So don't say what. The question comes, for example, in your exams. Can I say Holland to Netherlands? So your oral answer will be there. No, sir. We cannot say Holland to Netherlands. The reason is that Netherlands is one of the Netherlands is a country, Netherlands, but Holland is one of the regions, not the country. It is a part of the country. Okay, this is going to be the good answer in that way. Like for example, Brazil. Okay, Brazilians also call themselves Americans. So any if you are in Brazil, for example, if I ask you the question, if you are in Brazil and you are saying you are an American, so what is going to be the reaction of Brazilian? So definitely he will get annoyed. Why? Because they say we are also Americans. So if you belong to United States of America, USA, so say I am from United States of America, and don't say American. That means you are the part of the country. Country name is USA. So everybody is American who lives in South America, who lives in North America. So they get annoyed when you are saying Americans to them. In the same manner, laughing is not thought to be appropriate. Louder laughing is not thought to be appropriate in South Korea. So don't say like that. It is annoyed in and in the same manner, Arab countries don't appreciate or don't praise anything a lot. Even the Arabs, they gift you that thing. For example, if you are appreciating camel a lot, so they will give you a camel, and how you will take that camel into the aeroplane while coming back to Pakistan. So this is going to be, disgusting for you when you are praising something a lot, and as it is gifted to you. So this is the way as it is goes. Okay, and then we talked about unit number 2, how strange, and paranormal activities. We discussed in that way. In paranormal activities, what happens, and especially the story of Tina. It is very interesting story. Some phrases that we did pertaining to that. And in the same way, I told you how to say sorry, and the different ways to say sorry, like that. I'm sorry. Okay. Like for example, I apologize. I beg your pardon. Something like that. And how you are going to reply this, it is also told in that video that is related to unit number 2. So keep this way. Like if I call you to come and start talking to your partners, and you say I'm sorry, so what the reply comes with your partner, it is very much important. Like for example, your partner is saying I apologize, so you say you're welcome. I'm sorry, don't mention it. So answer, there should be spontaneous answer, quick answer there. So this is also the way that you can go through. And real life mysteries, as I gave you, true false could be there, like true false are there. So it could be the part of your oral exams as well. So go through that and you will find the command in true false, or if any question related to true false comes, so you can easily answer this. And at unit number 3, food for thought. As I told you about this, in European countries or in Western countries, Indian or Desi foods are getting famous as well. So it is all about the discussion between two guys. One is Gordon and the other is Rosemary. They wanted to eat something. They went to the restaurant or something like that, and they use they use the expression I feel like to. It is very amazing expression. Oh, sorry, the phrase that is used by it is even the structure that is used by the foreigners or the native speakers. Like I feel like my heart wants to have something like that. So I feel like to play football means my heart wants to play that. So use like I feel like to eat biryani means my heart wants biryani, or I just want to go for biryani, I'm dying to get biryani or something like that. So this is the way that you can do. The expressions were given, and then along with that one more thing that I gave you, how to say thanks. Okay, so keep this thing in your mind, like thank you very much, thanks a lot, okay, and so nice of you, and how the answer comes in that way. You're welcome, okay, and like for example, if you are saying indeed thanks, or thank you very much indeed, so you can say you are welcome, okay, that's all right, or something, you can reply in that way. Okay, after this, at page number 20 you can see all about vegetarians. Okay, so you have to keep the categories of vegetarians in that. Like for example, semi-vegetarians. Who are semi-vegetarians? You have to understand. In the video you will find in that. Okay, ovo-lacto vegetarians. Okay, raw living foodists or vegans, and fruitarians. Like for example, fruitarians. Who are fruitarians? Fruitarians, they eat fruits or fruit-like vegetables. I told you about that. That fruit-like vegetables, what? Like cucumber is a fruit, but used as vegetable. Okay, or in the same manner, tomato, it is fruit, but it is used as vegetable plus. Okay, so fruitarians use mostly they eat fruit, almonds or dry fruit or stuff like that, or the vegetables, especially the fruit-like vegetables, they really like to eat. Ovo-lacto vegetarians. Vegetarians, they don't eat any beef or any meat, stuff like that, but they eat eggs. Okay, but they don't take milk. Okay, but lacto-vegetarians, they don't eat egg or meat or stuff like that, but they take milk or milk products like yogurt, like cake, like pastries and stuff like that. So keep this thing in your mind. Any question could be the part of your oral exam, and then you have to answer quickly, spontaneously. You have to be giving the answer in that way. So this is the way that goes. And then at unit number 4 you will find time on your hand. This is amazing, the conversation between Lorna Roger. Okay, whatever the conversation they did, it was interesting, and the expressions were there, the phrases were there, and I told you the phrases, the expression, the sentences that you have to use in your daily life conversation as well. And the important thing that we discuss in that, like how to greet, as we discuss in unit number 1, and then we talk about how to say sorry in unit number 2, and then in unit number 3 how to say thanks, and then we talk about how to appreciate something. Okay, it is very important topic that we discuss, like anything that you want to appreciate, so how you are going to appreciate it, it is the way that I told you. So something that we are going to revise in that, like for example, you like the car very much, so you can say, oh, that's amazing car, so you can appreciate something like that. And like for example, Pakistan won the match. Okay, the match was very nice, so you can say, oh, Pakistan won the match, it was phenomenal match, incredible performance by Pakistanis, stuff like that. So incredible, phenomenal, tremendous, magnificent, perfect, sensational, superb, glorious, a lot of words being given to you, and the way as I told you. So it could be the part of your oral exam or test or something like that. For example, I will call you to come and to appreciate any 5 things. Like for example, the board is there, so you can say, this is incredible board, this is amazing board. For example, if I ask you about the school, so how you are going to appreciate, So you can say that's phenomenal school, that's superb school, that's glorious class or something like that. So the ways that you have done as you have studied, you have to perform the best. So this is the thing that we study and we did it. So keep this thing in your mind. And also it was in lesson number 2, unit number 4, in the spotlight. It is all about the thing that I told you about in United States of America. They even not care all about the humanitarians or the humans, but they also care all about the animals. So there is a guy, the interview of the guy is there, that he is the bank manager, and he starts working for animal welfare, and how he works for animal shelter or something like that. So true false are there, as we have already discussed in that, and the interview is there. So you have to keep these true false in your conversation, your understanding. So any of the questions that related to this true false could be the part of your oral exam or something like that, as we did in the video. So do it perfectly, study it, and you can in a jiffy cross your exams in a perfect way. So this is all about this stuff. And one more thing that I have to discuss with you guys, first thing, the pattern of exams. You can see the exam pattern is over here. Okay, so we are going to be having first semester midterm exam. So the 4 units, as I told you, all about channel, as we studied something like that. It is important. And in this exam pattern, you have to go through grammar, tenses, plus conversation, channel English. One more thing that you have to understand regarding this, it is composition. That is necessarily the part of your exams. Composition. In composition, the application is the part of your exams. Or one more thing, that is essay. In the previous video, as I told you all about the application, how to write application, what is the way of full block format, how to start, how to put the body of a letter, and how to end the application or application letter. And then I told you all about the essay, how to start essay, how to give introduction, then how to maintain essay, how to develop essay, and then how to end the essay. So composition is also the part of your exam. So keep this in your mind. Okay, the section is there. First section, it is all about section A, and it has 5 marks. Okay, in this way you can go through a lot of options. 3 options are there. For each question you have to put the tick mark that you think it is appropriate answer. Okay, for every single answer you are having 0.5 marks. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 the questions, each question having 0.5 marks. So you have to keep this thing in your mind. You can solve it within minutes, within 5 minutes, or maybe within 10 minutes. But keep this thing in your mind. Your answer should be appropriate. If your answer is inappropriate, it means you are losing your marks. So don't be overconfident. Try to answer whatever the correct answer. So this is the thing that you have to keep in your mind. After this, we are having the questions. Okay, the questions related to grammar, especially like all about the nouns, like all about the pronouns, all about the verbs. In the same manner you have to reply. So I have to just write something about that so you can easily understand. I'm just giving the way that how you are going to go through your papers. Like for example, any of the MCQs that come. I'm talking about MCQs. Okay, MCQs come. Like for example, a question is there. He dash the kite. Okay, so options are there. Number A is flies, B fly, or number C is flies. So what is correct answer? So for this purpose, how you are going to answer it? Understand this. I told you about the rules. If a verb ends on Y and there is a consonant before it, so we finish, we leave out, we end the Y and put IES. So we can see here, the verb fly ends on Y. So, and before Y, the condition is that there should be consonant. Okay. So what is the word? L is consonant. So what we will do over there? We will leave out. We will finish Y and put IES. So it means it will be like flies. So the correct answer is A. So this is the way that you will go in that and you will resolve. You will solve your MCQs. Okay. Next, what you need to be doing? We are talking about the index. I mean, the semester has been closed. After closure of this semester, definitely your task comes of your closing tasks. I mean, what you need to be doing. So you have to prepare first your index. Okay. Understand this thing, very much important. You have to make your index section wise. Okay. What is section wise like? The first section, you can make the grammar section, okay, or you can also make channel section, no problem with that. But get yourself at ease. Like for example, you have made the section 1, that is grammar, okay, and all the topics related to grammar that you have put, okay, whatever you have learned, whatever the topic given in your grammar, date wise content been given to you according to the dates. Whatever the stuff that you have written in your notebook, you have to put down the heads of them or in this index. After this, you will find the tenses. Okay, your tenses are there. For example, how many tenses you have gone through. I mean, the 3 parts of tenses that you went through. I mean, simple, present simple, past simple, or future simple. So you have to write, and as according to that, the passive structure or the active structures as well. According to that, you have to put into your index. After that, in this stuff, very much important in grammar stuff, don't forget that you need to be putting your composition work as well. I mean, in the end of that. Okay, composition means essay plus what? Plus application. And after this, tenses, what comes? The channel or conversational English. Okay, some of the students do in this way. They put first channel. It's okay, it is also done, it's no big deal. You can put the first channel stuff. After that, you can put your grammar stuff, including all units, then tenses. Okay, or you can go with that way as I have given, like for example, grammar plus tenses, then channel. It is all about that, but you have to put all the stuff into your index, so easily can teacher find all about the stuff that you completed in that. And then you have to close your index, and you have to mention the first semester midterm has been ended. Okay, closed. and then the teacher will put the signature, he will check it out, you will hand in your stuff to the teacher, to the reception of the school, and then what, the teacher will put the stamp along with his or her signature. So this is the stuff that you have to complete. And after this, the very important stuff, that is all about the content closing. Okay, first semester midterm has been ended. This is the closing that you have to put. And one more thing, you have to keep this thing in your mind. You can make closing in your grammar portion, you can also make a closing in your tense portion, or you can make also closing in your channel portion. Select one of the portions where you will put your closing. I mean, you will write first semester midterm has been ended, and then you will put what, like for example, you will make the content. Okay, content like this. This is the way that you will, this is the way that you will make the content. Okay, you can see, as you know very well about that as well. Like for example, in content, the channel stuff, you will write all unit number 1, unit number 2, unit number 3, unit number 4, along with their names. Okay, next the grammar stuff, unit 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 6, 27, the composition one, and all the stuff that you will write. And then tense, active plus passive, present simple, past simple, or future simple. After writing all these contents, you will mention the date, remarks, okay, signature, and then stamp, and then your copy is closed. And after this, what you need to be doing, you have to submit. You have to hand in your copies to the reception of this school. So this is the stuff that you will be doing, and then your stuff will be checked by your teachers, as per the content, as it will be checked as you did the work completely, or anything, whatever it is, will be remarked, or you will be given the remarks like good, whatever, awesome, or stuff like that, whatever. It is up to you that what the stuff that you prepared by yourself. Okay, so after closing all the stuff, your copy is done, your notebook is done, and you have submitted your notebooks to the reception of the school. And after checking it out, the copies or the notebooks will be returned to you, as the school will call you that you can collect your notebooks like that. Okay, after all stuff, whatever that we completed, we are talking about the exams. Okay, in exams, what is going to be the pattern of your paper? So here I will let you know all about the paper pattern for ELT 3, I mean E3, English Language Text 3. Okay, so this is all about the paper pattern to you. Okay, you have to understand. First section, section A. Section A is of 15 marks. Okay, in this you will be having MCQs. Okay, MCQs are there. You have to choose appropriate answer in MCQs. Okay, after MCQs you are having questions. Question number 2, I mean question number 1 is your MCQs, then question number 2 comes. Okay, so what is question number 2? Like the grammar stuff, whatever you have done, maybe any of the channel question could be there, but it is all about the stuff that you have completed by yourself. So you have to answer by yourself, but try to give appropriate or proper answer. Okay, so and this question section having 10 marks. Okay, after this you are having section B having 5 marks. Okay, and some short questions are there, some a little long questions, long answers you have to be giving, or briefly you have to be giving the answers by yourself. This is up to you, that how the question comes to you and how you are going to answer accordingly. This is all about the stuff that you will be doing. After this, the 10 marks, that is all about the oral stuff. As I told you, the oral, I mean conversational test, it is and this it will be conducted by the teacher, and he or she will be asking you different sort of questions. So presentations are there, there are some stuff like how to greet, how to say sorry, how to say thanks, or how to appreciate anything, or the phrases or expressions, whatever you have learned, all the stuff that you have to understand before giving the oral exams, because anything could be the part of that, and then you will be getting 10 marks of that. So whole of the paper that is or section A, B and C, and section A having 15 marks, section B is having 5 marks, and then we are having section C 10 marks. Total marks are there 30. So this is all about the ending of the video, as in all about the lockdown situation. We did all about the stuff that is concerned with your content, the content preparation that the school did all the stuff for you, and especially the videos prepared for you to resolve all the issues pertaining to your content and the completion and all the stuff that is followed for you. So this is all about for you, as we tried to do the best for you, and we expect that you guys have took the benefit of this, and you made the most of all the stuff whatever done for you. Okay, so this is all about the ending, and thank you very much. And any queries, any questions, so you can consult the reception of the school. Thank you very much.